So let's dress appropriately. In this part, we're gonna go talk with the main bad guy who sucks. He just fucking sucks. He's the shittiest villain ever. Let's wear the America shirt. How does this shirt make you feel?
Looks disgusting.
Like clapping.
I'm glad for both of those answers, because I had to get rid of the Wales shirt for this. And I think I forget to change it for ages when I'm meant to be... Like, it fucking matters. It doesn't fucking matter. You can only see it when you look down. So right now, by wearing that shirt, I'm looking down on America, really. I'm putting my viewpoint above it.
Literally.
More like you're putting it above Wales because you decided to, you know, wear that shirt over the Wales shirt.
Well, he's just deciding what to look down on, though.
I'm looking down on these guys.
Well, he's looking down on these bandits, yeah.
So that's a move where you can assign multiple people and then throw throwing stars at them. Considering I turned the motion sickness dot off, that's the only way I can use throwing weapons. Not that it fucking works, because throwing stars suck.
Actually, I was playing a Trouble in Terrorist Town server last night and it had throwing like shuriken stars.
Oh yeah, I watched your stream
garbage.
video.
They were fucking garbage and I couldn't hit anything with it. They would just go the opposite direction. Like one time I tried throwing it and it just went to the right for some reason.
Oh, speaking of shuriken and stuff, doesn't the new DLC for Payday 2 have shuriken and stuff?
They have microtransactions.
Exactly, and that's what I was leading into.
Wait, I thought it already had microtransactions. It had DLC.
Well, practically, yeah.
Wait, why is this important?
Well, because remember how I was talking about how shitty like the DLC practices for Payday 2 are, in like a few parts ago. Since then, they have added a microtransaction system to the game, and people are rightfully pissed off. Now,
what kind of deal?
I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it like Team Fortress 2 or Counter-Strike or whatever. But what they don't realize about those games is that they didn't already have an established player base of people who were getting tired of their shit, you know?
Well, isn't it also the case that these are minor stat boosts as paid DLC?
It doesn't matter if it's like 2 concealment or like 200 concealment. You don't put stat boosts on cosmetics that are microtransactions.
That's the point I was leading to. Is like, even in Team Fortress 2, it was cosmetic or it was entirely new weapons, but you could get them either way without the grind. Well, with the grind.
Right.
With the grind as opposed to the ponying up the cash.
Right. And I mean, this was bound to happen eventually. I'm not surprised in the slightest that Overkill decided to do that. In fact, I'm actually wondering why people are deciding to get up in arms now, and not when there was $115 worth of fucking DLC or something. You know?
Just trying to edge out Train Simulator.
Yeah.
Does it get to a point where there's so much DLC you can't even be mad anymore, just kind of happy that it's... Well, not happy, but finding it just funny that it exists?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know if you buy all the Train Simulator DLC, it's like $2,000.
Jeez. And someone out there has bought all of that DLC.
Maybe I should make it a life goal to have all Train Simulator DLC.
Such a waste of money, man.
Such a worthy goal, though.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, let me just explain the last couple of minutes of events. We stabbed a couple of Rise's men to death right outside their base. We then walked up to it and asked them not to shoot us, then we walked in and did a business deal. Rise was chopping off a man's arm in full view of everyone else and the guy who just walked in. Because Rise is a shitty villain and his writing is so on the nose and lacking in nuance or subtlety that it's kind of hilarious.
I was wondering, what the fuck was that guy wearing? He was wearing, like, a blazer and then, like... I can't tell if he was wearing, like, a shitty, transparent, like, kind of... Was it, laced, like, T-shirt or wife beater? Or if those were tattoos.
You from Texas?
Those were tattoos and a blazer.
From Chicago. Okay.
Like a string vest.
We'll be in constant contact over the radio. That way I can make sure you get where you need to go.
And also, because Rai, and then Rai just delegates us to talk to this fuck, and now we're gonna go beating up locals.
You know he's the bad guy because he has dark circles under his eyes and looks at you like he could probably kill you.
Dude, how did all these stalkers get into this game?
And they just walked in.
Yeah.
I know better than to speak for him.
Honestly, I really like that story setup Stalker has. There's a place that's really fucking heavily infected, polluted and shit. So obviously opportunists come running in.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
more
because,
boring.
like-
These people were just trapped here.
Mm-hmm.
What's the fun in that?
Yeah, stalkers are just like, hey, let's go in and get these stupid fucking magical items that
We're not
get
allowed to
created
leave
from
with.
irradiation.
Yeah.
Well, actually, stalkers could leave if they wanted to.
Yeah,
They go in there for business runs and, like, collecting money.
This is making me want to play Stalker or Shadowrun.
You know what? Are you, which Shadowrun are you talking about? The one that is actually...
I was talking about the
the
tabletop RPG.
Alright, whenever I think of Shadowrun, I think of that, like, that first-person shooter that was one of the first games to, like, try out cross-platform play.
Didn't work.
It really didn't. As someone who got the game basically for free because of, like, some deal that GameStop was having where, you know, you... Oh, yeah. The main character has to adjust his camera, his eyes.
Sorry, I'm just getting used to the
I like
color
how a
correction
zombie
now.
set himself on fire in the distance, is just walking around.
It's a warning. It's like, hey man, you work with these people, you're gonna burn yourself.
Great.
Zombie foreshadowing.
Anyway, as I was saying, I remember playing that game on Xbox, so I remember getting absolutely destroyed by mouse and keyboard players.
I kind of had a sad realization when I was like, I was talking to a few friends about, not Ghosts, Black Ops 3, and I thought, if I was gonna buy it, I'd buy it on console, because the people on PC are too good for me. But on console, I got so much auto-aim, it doesn't fucking matter. I can keep up.
Yeah. You know what's funny? You can actually use a controller with Black Ops 3, and people are getting pissed about it because it still has that auto-aim.
That's actually fucking great.
Yeah.
That's fucking beautiful. Here's the spitter zombie.
Oh, look, it's the spitter
Except
from
now
Left
he's
4
male.
Dead.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I probably mentioned this before, but I do really hate how, like, there's a difference between taking inspiration from another game and just outright, like, plagiarizing it.
I mean, to be fair, spitter zombies are fucking old hat.
They are, but I'm kind of tired of seeing
You can only
them.
do so much with zombies.
I also fucking love that firecrackers set off explosions and, like, gas leaks and shit.
Yeah, you can only do so much with zombies.
Yeah, that's true. But,
We got talking about Shadowrun. I want to talk about my first Shadowrun character, because I only got to play him for one session. He was a chav named Ginger Joe, who was... Oh, someone joined my game, and he's max level. Never mind. Let's forget Ginger Joe for a second. This fucker's just walked in here, and now he's doing it for me.
oh, so they can just drop into your game, then.
I forgot to turn it single player only.
Oh, yeah.
There's also invasions. I got invaded once, got the shit kicked out of me, and turned it off. So, when you're invaded, they play as a really super powerful zombie that has its own, like, level up tree and shit, and it was added as free DLC, I think? Might have been paid.
Oh, that's cool. Well, I mean, if it was free DLC, then that's commendable, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, since nobody fucking, does pro-consumer things
Yeah,
these
fuck
days.
our fans. Fuck our fans.
What? Oh, yeah.
Fuck the people that make us a thing.
Yeah. It's like, what's that? You want requisition points in the new Halo game? Oh, you want microtransactions. All right.
What's that? You want more Metal Gear? Too bad. We just got rid of Kojima.
No, there's gonna be more Metal Gear. This won't be with Kojima.
There'll be more Metal Gear.
It's not Metal Gear.
I hope
It's
you're
not
looking
Metal
forward
Gear
to Metal
without
Gear
Kojima.
Pachinko.
Yeah. There'll definitely be more Metal Gear Pachinko machines. Oh, and if you wanted that ending to Metal Gear Solid 5, you're not gonna get it.
Don't worry, guys. Metal Gear Racing is just around the corner.
Oh, god damn it, Konami.
No, I'd buy Metal Gear Racing.
Actually, that does sound kind of funny.
I wouldn't. I was about to say I would, but like I think I'm done giving Konami money. If they don't want my money, then I just won't give it to them.
Okay, let's do a thing. You say if they don't want your money, are you a mid-40s Japanese businessman? Are you likely going to be going to one of their gyms soon?
No.
If the answer to either of those is no, and I doubt you're a Japanese businessman in his mid-40s, yeah, they don't want your money.
I mean, I don't understand why they like. Here's the thing: they were sitting on a fucking set, not just one golden goose, but like several golden gooses. They had the Silent Hill franchise, they had Metal Gear, they had Dance Dance Revolution, they had all the coolest shit from my childhood, and they just fucking like said, "Oh, what's this? Oh, that trash. Fuck it."
All I can really imagine the reason to why they actually did it is because they don't actually know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, either that or I imagine Metal Gear Solid is incredibly expensive, like having to sell millions of copies to even break even. And it's funny to think, the series never actually recovered from 2. People grew to like 2, like, years after the fact.
Well, it's because it was kind of postmodern, and I don't mean in like the...
It wasn't kind of postmodern. Oh boy, that's the granddaddy of fucking postmodern in video games.
Yeah, you were talking to me about how you did, like, you were talking about postmodernism.
I've written an essay about postmodernism.
Well, here's the thing. Whenever I say kind of postmodern, it's because I don't like using the word postmodern because...
It sounds very hipstery.
Exactly. Like, you know, there's a lot of words to describe video games that, quote, unquote, and I do have to emphasize quotes, gaming journalists have kind of destroyed, you know?
How do we always get back to this fucking topic?
Because it's a fucking relevant topic right now, and it's fucking terrible. These people should not. Sometimes I wonder how they breathe correctly with how stupid they act.
So, you looking forward to that Zoe Quinn movie?
I didn't even know that existed, and honestly, she has nothing to do with journalism, so I don't really care.
Yeah, Zoe Quinn's getting a movie now.
I really don't buy into anything, like, so what, she slept with a few people, but, I mean, this thing with gaming journalism was a long time coming, way before that.
She was the catalyst of it.
She was the straw that broke the camel's back, but she is definitely not the focus. I'd say that started with Dorito-gate, or the Mass Effect 3 ending thing. Because, let's face it, you know, SJWs, they didn't start this shit. They just perpetuated it. What really started this whole hatred for gaming journalism was when remember when we would get called entitled for, like, calling out shitty DLC practices? And all that shit? That's when it started. It had nothing to do with, like, feminism or anything like that.
I really hate just people who they bitch about things that they don't need to bitch about.
Yeah, but
goddamn sensitive Josh Whedons.
Yeah, but you know.
I mean, I'm not on a big thing here, but aren't you kind of doing that right now?
I am.
It doesn't even warrant talking about, or you're bitching about people bitching
Well,
about.
here's the thing. These people have influence. Like they act like the gatekeepers of what is and isn't acceptable to put into video games. Because they have a soapbox to do what they can do, like, you know, stuff like Polygon and Kotaku and all that stuff. That means that, you know, comparatively to the average consumer, developers are listening to them more than they're listening to some dude in the comment section. You know what I mean? But I don't really believe that they have that much credence, to be honest. Like, I can get on a good rant about SJWs, but I really don't think that they're, like, the evil menace of video games, you know what I mean?
They're not evil, they're just ignorant, and they're way too enthusiastic about the things that they believe in.
Right. And
honestly,
I don't want to get too involved in this, but I think what you're trying to say is the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Like, their heart's in the right place. I mean, come on, you can't disagree with wanting equality in video games and all that stuff.
If you do, you're actually a horrible person.
You really are. I mean, but they're just as horrible right now because they're using bully tactics to get what they want, and that's not how you garner social equality. You don't be the racist while trying to fight racists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hate extremists.
Me too.
Also, I like how you're. Wait, is that a different guy?
There's 2 people joined. One of them is dead up on a tower, but fuck it.
Yeah, I like how your teammate was a ninja with a flashlight taped to his shoulder.
I think we got in a long text talk after this. They're still in the game. I told them I was recording this for a review, and I'm sorry, but I gotta go do something. So we just ended up having a very civil conversation about how fucking more powerful, and then they started giving me stuff. I didn't want stuff. I wanted to earn this stuff, but you can't turn it down.
Yeah, I know. You know, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, as I was saying, I just, fuck extremists.
Yeah. Look,
in any capacity, extremists ruin any fucking decent thing.
The only reason I rant about these people is because there's nothing worse than lost potential in a person. Because I do believe that these people, if they had focused their anger on the right things instead of how some character looks or acts in a video game, they would have had something going. Like, they would have been able to really fix things. But as far as it stands now, I think that relationships between male and female gamers are worse than they have ever been because of these people. And it's just so disheartening. It really is.
What do you want me to do?
Because I want people to just have fun with video games and not worry about all this political bullshit, you know?
Yeah, like, instead of focusing about screaming at video games, maybe you should focus at screaming at people who draw characters slightly skinnier than what they actually are supposed to be. People are still talking about that.
That's why I keep bringing it up, and it kind of makes me upset, but oh well, what can you do, you know?
Yeah, I actually just caught up with that show maybe about 2 days ago.
What show?
Oh, I was talking about the Steven Universe controversy involving...
Oh, yeah.
People were screaming about how they drew a character skinnier than what they were supposed to be, and apparently it was fat shaming.
They bullied her to near suicide. That's exactly the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Like, these people who are supposed to be preventing bullying are being the bullies. And that really makes me sad. Because they have the capability and the drive to fight back against actual problems in the world, but they misplace it horribly. And they do it by becoming the very monsters that they set out to destroy.
Yeah, as strange as it is, I think I've seen more people complain about sexualization in video games more than people complaining about how people aren't getting equal pay for genders.
Right, exactly. It's fucking stupid. Anyway.
Okay, we should probably stop talking now because the part ended like 2 minutes ago.